Hi, Isabel Manouni here, and I have my Purdue chicken on my cutting board. I use this cutting board only for chicken. And I am making chicken with pepperoni sauce, and it is so delicious. I'm cutting my chicken nice and thin. It makes it nice and tender if you cut it really thin. I have nice big thick breasts here, and I can get like 3 thin slices out of them. Or if you want them really large, you can cut the chicken breast in half and pound it out so it comes out in a nice big serving. So let me finish cutting these up for you. Just take your knife, run it down the middle, kind of guide it with your hands. And look at that. Look how nice and beautiful and thin that is. That'll be nice and tender. So my chicken is all cut up. Put it on a plate, and it's waiting for me to bread it. I have 2 eggs and 1/4 cup of milk, and we're going to mix that up, and we're gonna dredge our chicken into the egg mixture, then coat it with our breadcrumbs. We have 2 cups of breadcrumbs, seasoned Italian breadcrumbs. This is what we're using. I have a big frying pan with olive oil in it. I'm going to take our chicken, put it in the egg and the breadcrumbs. Now you want to fry these up just a little bit, a couple minutes on each side, just to get them brown and not cook through, because they are going to go in the oven when we're done with this. So the chicken is all breaded and ready to go in. I'm using about 5 to 6 pieces of chicken. The recipe calls for a serving of 4. We have a little extra. So into the frying pan they go with the oil, hot oil. And again, only a couple minutes on each side, just until they're lightly brown, because they are going into the oven, which is preheating at 350 degrees. So let me finish frying these up, and we'll get them in the oven. I'll show you what we're going to do next. And that's what you want. Look how nice. A little bit of brown on each side. We're going to drain those on a paper towel. Now we're going to make the pepperoni sauce that goes over the chicken, and it could not be easier and more delicious. All we do, a small saucepan here with butter in it, 2 tablespoons of butter, and I have 2 tablespoons of flour. I'm just going to whisk the flour into the butter and cook that for a minute so all the raw flour taste comes out of that. And again, this could not be easier. Watch how simple. I have a 1/2 cup of chicken broth. Mix that together. I have a 1/2 cup of white wine, and then from the pepperoni jar, a 1/2 cup of the juice of the pepperonis. And we're going to add a little bit of salt and pepper to that. There you go. Let that come up to a soft boil, and that is your sauce. You can add a little pepperonis into it if you'd like to make it a little hotter. It's all in your preference. You can add 5 if you want. You could add 1, or you could just leave it like that if your family is not, because you don't have to be afraid of the hot pepper. It isn't hot unless you open up the pepper and you put it in the sauce or on your chicken. But we like a little hot, so I'm going to put 2. Now all we have to do is assemble this together so we can get it into the oven. I have my chicken in a baking dish here. I'm going to top each piece of chicken with mozzarella cheese. And then I'm going to top that with a pepper, each one. Put 2 or 3 if you'd like. Depends on how much you like the peppers. We absolutely love them. This has to be my most asked for recipe. Everyone loves this recipe. One more. There we go. And then you pour the sauce over the top of everything. Delicious. There you go. It's ready to go into the oven. Now it's all assembled. We're just going to put it in the oven for about 20-25 minutes until everything is, the cheese is melted, the chicken is cooked through, and everything is bubbly. So I took the chicken out of the oven, and all the smell in this house is outrageous and wonderful. Just wanted to show you. I plated myself up a piece of chicken. Isn't that great? I'm going to give it a little taste. It's so good. You're gonna love this recipe. It's just great. Bye now. Isabel Manuni here.